Hey, hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia. I'm going to be talking about the worst / most disappointing books that I read during 2019. So, my next video is going to be a little bit more positive than this one, talking about the best books that I read in 2019, but I figured I might as well make another video to talk about the duds, the ones I had high expectations for that didn't really pay off, or just ones that generally weren't that good. Luckily, I've been DNFing books that I have not liked so much, so these are ones that I thought would get better or that I hoped would, but I ended up seeing through to the end. The book that I'm going to start off with is so disappointing, and I think I've talked about it a little bit. And here we have a book by one of my favorite authors that sucked. This is Alex Approximately by Jen Bennett. Jen Bennett's other books, Starry Eyes and Serious Moonlight, have been my absolute favorites of the year. I'm going to talk about them a little bit in my next video, but I was so excited to get another amazing contemporary romance. And this one disappointed me greatly. The plot was unbelievably predictable. It was kind of a hate to love kind of thing. And everyone was just very annoying, and I did not like this. This is set, I think, in California, with this girl who lives there, and she's been having kind of like a correspondence, I guess, with this guy online who actually also lives in California, but she doesn't tell him that she moved there to like his town and whatever. She meets a new guy. He's a rude, pompous asshole. And she's like, well, I like it. There's like surfing and tragic accidents and like very tragic accidents. A lot of weird shit going on in this book, and it was so all over the place and such a mess to read that I was like, well, maybe not. If you're gonna read a Jen Bennett book, which I highly recommend that you do, I don't recommend picking up this one. Then I have The Wife by Alifair Burke. This is getting turned into a movie, so I was very excited because I want to do like a book before movie on it. I met the author. I have like all of her books basically. Story of this woman whose husband gets accused of like sexual charges, like assault and then like murder, and he like disappears, and it's like, this was again like all over the place, like so much stuff like happened, but I didn't feel like I knew the characters enough to care. Like tragic stuff, like oh my god, that sucks for you. I can sympathize, but I can't like empathize. So I was just kind of bored. I was just kind of tired of it. Like there was like crazy shit going on, and I just like didn't care because I didn't know the characters at all, and I felt that they were very bland and cookie cutter and stale. I don't recommend it. I don't know. See the movie, maybe it's better. Then I read an arc that I had of Resurrection Girls, and this is again a weird one. You will be able to tell that I do not like stories that are all over the place. Like as much as I'm like, oh, like don't be generic and whatever, like also don't be like this and not doing it well. So anyway, I read Resurrection Girls for review. I was interested in this. I was pitched this book as these two girls start writing letters to guys on death row. Whoa. Sick, right? I read it. It was not that. It was dark. I don't know if it was magical. Like, I really could not tell you much about this book. Again, did not connect with the characters at all. It was so messy. I don't even know how else to describe it because it was just like... Then I have a book that I was so excited for that I pre-ordered it. Now, I don't pre-order things because I'm a broke ass bitch, and pre-orders, like, I don't know, they make me feel that I spend more money. I do, because I'm buying them full price, and usually I buy a lot of my books used. So I pre-ordered this because I was so excited. I've read so many books like similar to this, and that is American Royals by Catherine McGee. She went to Princeton, I think? Which, like, go you. And she went to Stanford. Like, gal is killing it. Or killed it on the education. Probably not in student debt because she went to Princeton. But any hoozle is basically just like if the first family of the United States was a royal family. I was super excited for this because I love royal romance. I thought I was gonna have a less focus on the romance, but it literally is romance. It's like straight up like, who gives a about running the country, because this is literally every single character has a romance going on, and there's like love triangles, there's love squares, people not communicating, people like screwing each other over, people cheating on people. I didn't sign up for that. Like, I really just did not. I was really disappointed. If you want to read a great romance, Red, White, and Royal Blue. And then I read a book for school that I had no expectations for, but it just sucked and I wanted to mention it. I read 1,000 Acres by Jane Smiley. I forgot the author. And I read this for AP English, or like to go into AP English. I hated it. It was hard to follow. It was a mess. It was predictable. It was boring. Like, we talked about like the same random shit for like hours on end. And then when things got interesting, they were like, ah, but never mind. Where did this thing go? You were like gonna kill her? I don't know. So this next one is a sequel that I read that I was really highly anticipating. Again, I pre-ordered. And that is Kingsbane by Clay Legrand. Now, I have a lot of mixed opinions on Clay Legrand just in general. I really did like Furyborn. I've liked probably half of the books that I've read of hers. I was really highly anticipating this because I think Furyborn left off on a cliffhanger. I don't really know. I think I listened to the audiobook for Furyborn, so I listened to this as well. And it was so slow and boring. It was not the same. Like, I felt like characters were completely different. To say that it was disappointing is an understatement. I don't know if I'm even gonna continue with the series after this, to be honest with you, because it's like 500-600 pages of like bullshit. Like, the last book I have to talk about is a book that I actually unhauled. That is Everything Everything by Nicole Yoon. I'm sorry. Anyway, I read The Sun's Also a Star by Nicole Yoon this year and I loved it. And then I read Everything Everything. It was not good. It was just not good. It was so, not even like old YA, because I do like complain about like old YA. It was just like so unrealistic. I'll buy into like a love at first sight, a meet cute. I'll do it. I'll buy into it. But like Everything Everything was like these teenagers did some shit that I was like, how? And I guess it's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna say it, but they do something. Like, who does that? No one. And it was just annoying because I was like, I just wanted to keep romance. I mean, the romance was cute. Like, it was okay, like, for what it was, but like, honestly, could have done without it. Those are all the books that I was disappointed by, or the worst books. I mean, this is gonna happen. Not every book I'm gonna read is gonna be a great book, or a 5-star book, or an amazing book. I hope you guys stay tuned for my best books of 2019. I'm so excited about that video because I definitely prefer talking about things that I love. Let me know what your least favorite books were of 2019, or that you read in 2019. I would love to know what books I need to skip over. But yeah, that's all for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!